With the military standoff between India and China has entered its fourth year, the Indian Army is continuously adding newer weapons and capabilities in the Eastern Ladakh sector to tackle emergencies as well as carry out conventional operations. Notably, the Myanmar military base station, located at the heights of around 14,500 feet, witnessed the newer weapon system and equipment inducted by the Indian Army to strengthen its presence to tackle the adversary. The Indian Army in the recent past has inducted the made in India Dhanush howitzers, which has been developed based on the transfer of technology for the Bofors howitzers and has been made more advanced. 114 guns developed and produced by the erstwhile Ordnance Factory Board would also be joining the Indian Army. Another made in India platform which is proving very useful for the country for moving troops at very high speeds to the forward locations is the M4 Quick Reaction Force vehicle, which can take up to 10 combat-ready armed troops to the forward locations along the line of actual control and can move at a speed of around 60 to 80 km per hour, even in the harsh terrain of Ladakh sector, said an Indian Army officer deployed in the sector. The need to have such light armor-protected vehicle was felt when the adversary troops were using their fast-moving vehicles to reach the forward locations quickly during the face-off in the Galwan Valley in the early phase of the military standoff. The M4 Quick Reaction Force vehicles started getting inducted into the force last year, and the Army has plans to induct such vehicles in more numbers in the forward areas in the Eastern Ladakh sector. Using the emergency financial powers given by the Government of India to buy equipments to help in carrying out Operation Post 2020 standoff, the Army has also inducted all-terrain vehicles in significant numbers. These vehicles with the capability to carry 4 to 6 troops in one go are being used to carry loads and equipments to forward posts to sustain the troops. It can also be used for moving troops to the locations where troops along with their equipments have to be deployed faster to tackle emergencies. The vehicles have shown the capability to operate even in super high altitude areas, including the place where forces have been deployed for the first time after the standoff that started in 2020. The new equipment is helping the force to keep an eye on the movement of the China's PLA across the LAC. The Indian Army is also planning to induct a made in India K9 Vajra self-propelled artillery guns in the eastern sector of Ladakh, as they have been proven successful in the last couple of years. The Indian Army might have more than 100 such guns, which has already been supplied by the L&T company from its Hazara plant of India. For equipping troops to tackle enemy tanks and armor-fighting vehicles, the Indian Army has provided the Spike anti-tank guided missiles in the Eastern Ladakh sector. Having deployed a large number of tanks and armored vehicles in the world's highest river valley, the Indian Army formation carried out a drill in the Eastern Ladakh sector to cross the Indus River. These special drills were carried out by the India's Army's tank formation, including the T-90 and T-72 tanks and the BMP infantry combat vehicles, to cross the mighty Indus River, which flows from the Tibetan territory controlled by the Chinese Army to the entire Ladakh sector, entering the Pakistan. Indian Army officials said that such drills are carried out to prepare for contingencies where they can have to take actions against adversaries if they try to capture Indian areas by using the routes of the valley in this area. The Indian Army is one of the very few armies in the world that operates tanks at high altitude up to 16,000 feet in large numbers. So what do you think? Does this mean India and China are entering a new phase towards war as the diplomatic talks and the military talks are failing? India's first indigenous aircraft carrier Vikran on Sunday successfully completed the fourth phase of the sea trials ahead of its commissioning into the Indian Navy next month. The sea trials of 40,000-ton warship involve the testing performance of the critical equipment and system relating to onboard aviation facilities, according to the Economic Times of India. The aircraft carrier, built at a cost of around 23,000 crore Indian rupee,
is said to be delivered to the Indian Navy by the end of this month, followed by its commissioning around August 15th. The fourth phase of the sea trials for the aircraft carrier has been successfully completed on Sunday, during which the integrated trials of the majority of the equipment and systems on board, including some of the aviation facilities, were undertaken, said the Indian Navy spokesperson. The warship is set to operate MiG-29K fighter jets, Kamau-31 helicopters, and MH-60R multi-role helicopters. It has over 2,300 compartments designed for the crew of around 1,700 people, including specialized cabins to accommodate women officers. Vikrant aircraft carrier has a top speed of around 28 knots and cruising speed of 18 knots with an endurance of about 7,500 nautical miles. The aircraft carrier is 262 meters long and 62 meters wide, and it has a height of 59 meters. Its construction began in 2009. The indigenous design and the construction of the aircraft carrier are done by the Indian Navy and Cochin Shipyard Limited, with more than 76% indigenously developed content. This led to the growth of its indigenous design and construction capabilities, besides the development of many ancillary industries. The maiden sea trials of the aircraft carrier has successfully completed in August of 2021. This was followed by the second and the third phase of sea trials in October of 2021 and January of 2022. The ship's navigation and the communication systems were undertaken during the three phases of the sea trials: endurance testing of propulsion machineries, electrical and electronic suits, deck machinery, and life-saving appliances. The strengthening the maritime capability of the Indian Navy, the second P-17A stealth frigate built by the warship maker, Garden Reach Shipbuilders and the Engineers, or the GRSC, will be launched by the Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on July 15, according to the Indian news media Economic Times of India. The state-of-the-art ship will be fitted with the latest gadgets and undergo extensive trials by the GRSC, which was contracted to build 3 stealth frigates under the Project 17A, before being handed over to the Indian Navy for commissioning into the service. The warship is in the final stages of the construction and is undergoing paint shop work. The first P-18A frigate built by the GRSC was launched in December of 2020. The P-17A ships are guided missile frigates, each of which is 149 meters long, with a displacement of approximately 6,670 tons and a speed of 28 knots. The Indian Navy had placed orders for 7 stealth frigates. The company at present is working on 6 projects, comprising the construction of 23 ships that include 1 passenger ship for the Guyana and 6 patrol vessels for the Bangladesh.
Post your comments below, and if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching. This is WC Daily. Think big, think different. Bye.